Hello, welcome. I'm Valerie Sorrentino, and I'm here with Mindful Online Gym to share some very important tips and information about meditation. So this will be a short meditation together if you'd like to join me. But before we get started, I want to talk about a few of the tools to help you have a more successful or more longevity in your meditation practice, or just even getting it kicked off the ground. So a lot of times what I'm hearing from eager students that have maybe not gotten into their practice quite yet is that it's uncomfortable, or it's just that how do you get started? How do you do it? And there's not a lot to doing meditation. There's a lot of non-doing involved. But here are a few things that are going to help you get a little more comfortable and have a lot better success rate. So one is to become comfortable in where you're sitting. What I have is a couple of blankets. Got a nice firm blanket here for either side of my seat. I'm sitting on a blanket on the floor. You can sit in a meditation in a chair or lay down. Many times people say they kind of might fall asleep if they're laying down, or they might be uncomfortable if they are sitting up without a wall or a chair. So the secret to success is to have a blanket and place it under either side of the crisscross in the legs. So you have a little support underneath the knees. You have a little bit of support underneath the seat. And then the hands can rest on your thighs, on your knees. You can turn your palms face down, or you can turn the palms face up. First finger and thumb come together. That's a very, very classic style or position. The fact is you can sit in any way that you like. Another tool that I like to have on hand, which is really important, is a timer. So I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes so that we know that we're sitting with a beginning, a middle, and an end of our practice for today. So 5 minutes is a nice long time. It might seem like a short time if we're in a rush. Well, we only have 5 minutes, but sitting quietly with our thoughts for 5 whole minutes has scared many an aspirant. So for today, we're not going to worry about the time. We're just going to set the time and give ourselves 5 minutes. The problem is we could be looking at our timer, which is associated with our phone, and get distracted. So we really want to be aware. Maybe we have a wall timer or something like that, but without getting too distracted. The key to meditation is to notice your distractions and let them go. So I'm setting the timer. We'll do a few things with some instruction, and then we'll be silent for a few moments. The timer will go off and we'll be done. That's as simple as our meditation is. So I'm starting that timer of 5 minutes, setting down the clock, not worrying about it. Bringing hands together, getting self ready to go, and sort of clearing the head is to bring the hands together and then break the hands apart, flick the fingers toward the floor, place the hands in that comfortable space, and begin noticing your own breath. You can close the eyes if you're comfortable doing so. And pay attention to your inhale and your exhale. You're paying attention to the way it sounds, the way it feels, maybe even the way it tastes. And while we're here in this position, you may begin to notice a few other things, a few other sounds, a few other feelings, the shoulder, the hip, the neck, maybe something that came to mind. Few thoughts swirling about. You're in the right place if you're experiencing any of that. Just notice and bring your attention to the sound or the feeling tone of your breath. As you sit with the sound or the feeling of your breath, sitting with this easy seat, at first it could feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar or scary. And little by little, it becomes more familiar, less scary, and hopefully more comfortable, depending on how many stretches or how you are taking care of your body. For now, don't worry about that. Let that go and begin to relax the base of the seat that you're in, the legs, the feet. Even relaxing the shoulders a little. Maybe letting go the grip across the jawline, across the eyes. During this time of meditation or observing the breath, sitting quietly, getting comfortable, it's true that the mind may wander. A lot of thoughts could come to mind. We can even get frustrated because we forgot what we were doing. We were thinking of some other thing. It's okay, just begin again, start over. Sometimes we might feel like we want to check the clock, see how much time is left. It's natural to be curious. Just notice your curiosity and then let that go. Once we're beginning to get into it and settle in, we might notice that the time is up. Our 5 minutes lasted a long time, a long while. Or it went by really quickly. It's always different, always in a state of change. Just enjoy the breath here and now. Notice the distractions, the many or the few that came in for this session. Notice that the body could have been one of those. It could have been an ache in the shoulder, a thought that kept coming in, maybe the doorbell rang. Don't be discouraged. Just give it another try. Set that timer for 5 minutes. Sit yourself in a comfortable space and practice once again. Thank you so much. Namaste.